See, man, I'm gonna have to put the elder's hood on for this. I'm gonna have to put the elder's hood on for this, bro. Alright. So here's something I want to address because I seem like I have to address things constantly, bro. But I've been looking up the Rosicrucian order. I've been looking up the Martinist order, and it's connected to the Catholic Church. A lot of people like to say that Catholic Church is not connected to Freemasons. They always denounce Freemasons or whatever. But then they allow Jesuits back in the order. You know what I mean? And then so that's bullshit. It's a dialectic. So we have the Knights Templar who found the Gnostic doctrine. And they practiced the Kabbalism, which later turned into the Zohar, the Book of Zohar for the Jews. And they found these doctrines, and just because they were older, they automatically thought that they were the correct doctrine, and that's a bad way to try to judge doctrine, because we know that based off Scripture, there was false doctrine at the time of Jesus Christ around, which was the Gnostic doctrine, which was actually like a prior religion practice from the Hittites and Sumerians of Mesopotamia. So the Jews just ended up using the Babylonian mystery religion, infusing it with their own. And so the Templars found this Gnostic doctrine. They were not Christians. They had Gnostic doctrine, which was Jewish Kabbalah, which is Babylonian mysticism, which is Egyptian religion, which is from Mesopotamia, okay? It's just the same thing. Okay, so the Knights Templars got this doctrine. Then we have the Knights of Malta, from Crete to Malta, right? And we have the Jesuits. We have the Illuminati that came out of that, out of the Alumbrados, out of Spain. And they were Marrano crypto Jews. And even St. Ignatius of Loyola was like 30-something years old, and they told him to go back to theology school or whatever like that. So, because he was practicing like Tibetan monk practices, because St. Francis of Assisi learned from these Buddhist or whatever like that, or Hindu, whatever the fuck they are, Tibetan monks, and about meditation. So that's why St. Ignatius of Loyola wrote a book about spiritual exercises, meditation. And that's why E. Michael Jones is a fraud, because he says Freemasonry infiltrated the Jesuits. St. Ignatius of Loyola was a great Christian. Yeah, okay, bro. Too bad that's completely false. I just proved him wrong. Like, what are you, a scholar, bro? Just proved you wrong. So anyways, you have orders like the Jesuits, and another order I was looking up recently was the Rosicrucians. And so the Rosicrucian order falls under the Martinist order, right? So Martinism is like what it falls under, and Rosicrucian is like the sect of it or something like that, I think. And so I guess they were behind the French Revolution, shit like that. So why am I telling you all of this? Is because I've been seeing people that say that they're Catholics actually be occultists, right? And they like to denounce Freemasons while they do occultist things, right? And so I figured out what kind of occultists they are just by asking around, asking a few people, you know, they told me things. And so now I know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. And so this word, simp, what is this word simp? Where does this come from, bro? Where does this really come from? Do you even really know where this word simp comes from, bro? You think you made that up like it was some cool, hip word? Like it wasn't neuro-linguistic programming, bro? Like from fucking Kabbalah? So I read a funny book about transhumanization. And it did like, it told a little bit about the history of the occult. And it said that Hitler, when he was looking up his Aryan race, sent people out to Tibetan monks to study the Aryan race, like anthropologists or whatever the fuck they were. And this guy, I think his name was Steiner, connected to like pan-German occultist movements, Thule Society and whatnot. And so they learned from the Buddhists or Tibetan monks or whatever like that about all these occult philosophies. But they don't realize that these people learned their religion from the Oriental Kabbalah. That's what it's considered, Oriental Kabbalah. So these are Oriental Kabbalists, aka Buddhists, aka Hindus, or whatever like that. I don't know which one came first, but when I look it up, it says Oriental Kabbalah, and it's the same exact teachings as these teachings. Okay, so actually the Tsarina of with Rasputin was found with the words Simp, the dragon, on her, right? So this was a Green Dragon Order society, and it was out of Japan, and it was the Buddhist monks, and it was the Thule Society. And I think that's just interesting that that word simp is an acronym for the Rosicrucian occult order, and the same people that are using it are the same people that I am told are Rosicrucians. I was told these people were Rosicrucian occultists. So now when I'm looking this shit up, I'm like, what? Rosicrucian occultists? Okay, it makes sense. They're doing Kabbalah. This is neuro-linguistic programming. Alright. So I just thought that was interesting, bro. I'll leave a link for it too.